Ian, I just want to start by asking a bit of team news. After the game, of course, was a bit of concern about Ruben Rodriguez. Is he going to be okay for tomorrow night's game?
Yep, he's fine. Always with head injuries, you just have to check. But he had absolutely no signs from when we left the stadium until today, where he's trained, that there's any problems. So he's feeling good and ready to go again.
How about Alex Lacey and Kyle Cameron?
Both back and available, which is great. So both have just trained now. Both are available. So we'll see about them. Connell has been feeling under the weather. So he didn't train today, so we'll just see how he is later on. But Lacey and Cam are back, and Aaron Nemain, we have to send him for an X-ray. We think maybe he's fractured his hand,
Fractured
but
hand.
yeah, we're not sure. But we just have to take him for an X-ray this morning to check, and maybe it's nothing. We can, yeah, it doesn't need a cast, but we check that today, and then we'll be able to know later on if he's available or not, and from when.
Apologies, I've been out the loop for obvious reasons. Was that during the game, or was that?
Yeah, I hadn't realised, to be honest, but it was only yesterday that I think he felt something, and we just had to check it this morning. So we took him off this morning to check that out.
So he's definitely out. He's going to be out of action.
No, not necessarily, no. But it
Right.
depends. Like if it's not too bad, then he don't need a cast. But we just have to
Okay.
check. So just had a hand injury. I'm not sure how it occurred, to be honest, but he felt it yesterday, and then yeah, we have to go and check it this morning, and that's it. I think everybody else is looking good.
You mentioned after the game that you felt it was a slightly tired performance against Eastleigh. What's been the focus over the last few days with the game in such a short space of time afterwards?
I think it's recovery. I think we played with and our numbers when I look back on it, like our physical output against Solihull and Rochdale was extremely high, and the players worked unbelievably hard in those two games. And it's also a mental thing, to suddenly we went away. The profile of the game in comparison to the two previous was lower, if you like, and that means that mentally you have to work hard to be ready for that. And I think that we played against a very low block team that didn't really press us, which isn't what we faced. Most teams recently have tried to press because they see we want to play, and then there's been a lot more space and a lot more dynamic work from us. Now we had like a lower block, and I think mentally, if you start to get tired, the easy thing is to come and drop and get it on your feet, and we maybe did that too much, and we didn't do the things that we've been doing well, which is really running behind, creating space, opening space for each other. So I felt that's why it kind of looked tired. It looked too safe for me, and I think that we need to come out of that straight away. So the focus has been to make sure we recover, make sure we're aware of why we didn't perform at our usual level on Saturday, and then get straight back to it on Tuesday.
Does that recovery process become quite harder? Does it become much harder, should I say, because of such a long away trip to Eastleigh and now a long away trip to Boreham Wood as well?
I think it's more mental. Physically, we've had I've seen us. We played with only 1 day break between Torquay and Wrexham, and we had to travel over to Wrexham, and we played a fantastic game. But it's a mental thing as well to keep performing, to keep maintaining the demands that we put on each other and the high standards that we put on each other consistently, game after game. It is as much mental as physical, and I think that we can't allow ourselves to drop below the level that we know we've set ourselves. So yeah, for me it's as much mental as anything, and I think now we recover, and I think we know that we have to go out and deliver now on Tuesday.
Boreham Wood's record speaks for itself at the moment, especially at home. I mean, 6 home wins in a row, just 1 goal conceded in that time. It's going to be a massive test tomorrow.
It is, yeah. But what I would say is in recent weeks we've played a strong Stockport side. We played Grimsby away, who hadn't lost a game at home. We played Solihull, who had only conceded 1 goal in 9 games. And in all of those games we stepped up and delivered. So I think we relish the kind of challenge like that. They've had a fantastic start to the season, and certainly at home have looked very, very impressive. So we know that it's not easy, but we also know our top level has seen us achieve well in these games. So it's up to us. We go down there and we have to put Saturday behind us and play like we know we can do.
I guess it will give you confidence as well. Looking at Grimsby's home record before you went there, they were in perilous form, and you were able to get 3 points in that game. So that must give the squad some confidence going into it.
Yeah, like I say, that game, the Stockport game, Bromley had won I think 7 or 8 in a row when they came here, and we felt very unlucky not to win the game, and it was a good performance from us. So I think we've played a lot of informed teams, and I think we've delivered well in recent weeks. So it doesn't concern me too much. I know that the players will step up, but we also know that we play a team that's got a lot of quality in there, very well organised. So we'll have to be at our best to make sure that we get a result.
And you've got those results against the teams in and around you, the kind of the highest standard of division, and at times have struggled against those teams who may be a little bit further down the division. Can you put your finger on why that might be the case?
No, not really. I mean, we struck. I felt like the game on Saturday was a bit like the Altrincham game, a game in which we had control of, but didn't really take initiative in it, if you know what I mean. We have the ball a lot, but it's a bit too passive, not intense enough. We don't kind of make enough movements, runs, and take enough risks. I thought the other 2 games that we lost, Woking and Halifax, probably we're ahead in those games and should do better to manage it. I think it's just a mentality. It's easy to find to take an extra step when you're playing the big games or in front of big crowds. I think we really have to work on being ruthless enough with how we want to play wherever we go, no matter the circumstance.
Just finally from me, after Boreham Woods tomorrow, in front of the cameras on Saturday, and then another game at Meadow Lane, I mean, how much of a good position would it put you in to get a positive result tomorrow going into those back-to-back home games?
Yeah, I think, do you know what? I mean, back-to-back wins in this league just changes the picture straight away. We've had it, back-to-back Yeovil, Stockport, and then again Grimsby and Solihull, and it should totally change the look of where we're at. We know we're a little bit behind probably where we'd want to be in terms of the league at the moment, but I think performances have been growing. I think a strong performance tomorrow puts us in good stead for back-to-back home games, and hopefully we can string together some results and by Christmas time not be too far away and be able to kick on in the new year then.